Hello friend, my name is Fernando. I like to show you my cosmic and atomic model. Due to the characteristic of this format, I understand I have to make it as summary as simple as possible. Due to my bad English, I prefer to explain this model with translation. Sorry for this.
The first question to consider should be the metaphysical part in the cosmos creation. The cosmos is an intelligent and sensitive entity, whose main characteristic would be the need for continuous creation, surely to manifest and give life to its qualities. To realize the truth of this statement, just sit down to observe nature carefully and see that everything is creative intelligence through the entire universe in any time, already or today, yesterday or tomorrow. That is, the cosmos is an immense state of creation. To build the universe, the cosmic entity begins its creation with two basic elements, and then compose with these two elements others more complex in a staggered and exponential way. To avoid of this manner that there are no contradictions in the way of working in the different places of the cosmos. That is, the same structural physical laws in all places of the universe. Allow me now to expose the two basic elements of the cosmos with which all other secondary elements will be mounted. These two elements are 1. Space, as the scenery where the entire cosmic structure will be created. 2. And the universal motion to give movement, life and time to all subsequent cosmic creation. The universal motion is a cosmos property that manifests and can be observed in all places and levels of the universe. That is a primary and essential characteristic of the cosmos. Then and to begin the cosmic creation, the two basic elements merge with each other, forming a space full of lines of movement towards all possible directions and senses. This creates the cosmic energy that will be developed later in gravity, matter, mass, particles, atoms, astros and stars, etc., as we see next. This cosmic energy will be later called ether, dark energy, etc. By joining space and universal movement intimately, this results in cosmic energy, which manifests itself as lines of movement throughout the entire cosmic space in all possible directions. Logically, all these lines of motion are separated and cannot form conglomerates or energy accumulation, except in the concentric direction on any point in space. When the cosmic energy lines circulate in the concentric direction, they must to add to each other. Due to these lines of force occupy less space when approaching the common central point. Of course, this form of concentration of lines on any point in space is what gravity consists of. This way, gravity of fields of cosmic energy in its concentric development. When all the energy lines that go moving concentrically toward any point of space, and they go joining and adding together, this forms a point of gravity that can take autonomy and add up to the closest points of gravity, thus forming conglomerates of gravitational points that later can unite to give rise to matter and its mass, and subsequently by accumulation to material particles, atoms, stars, etc. So the cosmic energy can be condensed into points of gravity, later in matter, particles, atoms, etc. Magnetic fields are second-generation force fields, which are born in the nuclei of high-density matter and whose function is to rebalance and distribute energy through space. 1. For which they create nuclear systems with orbitals around them, atomic nuclei and electrons, stars and their planets, planets and their moons, galaxies in rotation, etc., thus achieving greater total volume and lower density of energy in the system. That is, better distribution of energy in the space. 2. When these systems are too large or unbalanced, high-intensity magnetic potentials destroy these systems. Uranium, supernovae, highly unbalanced particles, etc. 3. Low-intensity magnetic potentials that capture or transfer energy in systems that are energy imbalanced, such as in chemical reactions, also exist. Therefore, the magnetic fields are antagonistic to gravity, and while gravity tries to accumulate matter, the magnetic fields try to redistribute it equitably through space. Law of universal balance. Because cosmic energy fills the entire space of the universe, the pressure of that energy means that in all places and systems of the cosmos it tends to have the same energy density. For example, an atom with surplus energy gives this energy to other atoms that do not have enough energy. This space and pressure of the energy is what produces the magnetic fields to obtain the correct rebalance of energy. Fourth dimension, parallel universes. Matter, when being composed of space and time, has the mathematical property of exponentiation, just as space or time possess. This property is that the sum and compositions of smaller units can lead to another larger unit. For example, many millimeters will give us a meter, many meters will give us 1 kilometer, and so on. The same way matter can form very small units like the atomic systems, which added to other atom systems can give us a larger system or unit that would be a star. And the sum of stars can compose another superior unit, and so on. So, these exponential units, such as subatoms, atoms, stars, superstars, etc., they are what form the fourth dimension of space and matter. At the same time, they constitute the parallel universes that are now being sought. Equivalence among systems. When we observe any element of any level, it is similar if we were observing an equivalent element of any other level. For example, if you're observing a solar nucleus, by equivalence, you will also be observing an atomic nucleus. If you're observing a planet, you will also be observing an electron. If you're observing a moon, you will also be observing a neutrino. If you're observing a comet or meteorite, you will also be observing a heating particles. If you're observing a galaxy, you will also be observing a cosmic ray of high power, level -1, or a photon, level -2, if you're observing the explosion of a supernova. The speed of a planet or its satellite is similar to the speed of an electron or its neutrino. The speed of meteorites and comets is similar to the of heating particles. The diameter of our Sun is similar to the diameter of an equivalent atomic nucleus, neon, when is applied the linear relation coefficient LCR among levels 6, 28 x 10 to the power of 22. The diameter of our Moon is similar to the diameter of an equivalent neutrino when is applied the relation coefficient LCR among levels. The mass of planets and moons is similar to the mass of electrons and neutrinos when is applied the relation coefficient. Now we're going to see two structural formulas for atoms, which applying the appropriate parameters also serve as for stars. In the first place, we see the form that relates all the basic elements of the atom, and that serves us first to obtain the radii of any type of atom. In this formula we observe that the atomic density d is directly proportional to the number pi by the square root of its atomic weight. In a more simplified way, we can obtain the atomic diameter and atomic radius dividing by 2, with the sixth root of the atomic weight, in angstroms. In the second formula, below, we see how the radii of any orbital, electron, also star, are located and obtained, where n represents the last electron and therefore the atomic radius, and n is the number of the electron sought. For example, Rn equals 5 means that we're looking for the radius of the fifth electron started counting from the atomic nucleus outside.